Hi everyone, Sam here from Wiggle. Now today we're a little bit further north than we usually are, and we're going to be meeting up with a pretty special group of people. Now they won Cycling Weekly's Club of the Year award in 2020, and they've only been established since 2017. So we're going to meet up with them on their club ride tonight and find out what their secret is. Tell us a little bit about your membership base. I mean, what are you covering in that 420 odd members?
Yeah, so we've got a ratio of male to female, 20% female to male, which is good based on the national average, but could be better.
100%.
So we've got strategies and initiatives to try and improve on that. 15% of the club are young kids, really, under 16s, and of which nearly 30% are female. So as you get kind of younger, the split's better.
Yeah.
So we've got retention strategies to entice more girls into the sport, and then make sure that when they're in the sport, they're retained through the teenage years and become adults and get the best out of it. Because it just agrees me to think we've got an amazing thing that we can all enjoy. Brilliant scenery, great exercise, fantastic company, social aspects, and yet there's only a very small amount of the population that can enjoy it, and particularly girls, particularly teenage girls, not just in cycling but in all sports. It's a real problem, and we intend to try and address that in a little way, in a small way.
Yeah.
It's not impossible, but everyone needs to play the part in it, and I'd like to think we're making a small difference in that space. What we try to do is attract at quite an early age.
Yeah.
When all the preconceptions or misconceptions of what it is to wear Lycra,
Yeah.
Sit on a bike and go riding. Kids don't give a hoot. No, they don't give a. I don't give a shit about that. But what they do care about is having fun with their friends, and you might need to edit that, by the way. I got hit with a stat the other day that completely blew me away, and a lot of kids today spend less time outdoors than a prison inmate.
Wow.
So if you're in prison, you're spending more time outdoors
Wow.
than a lot of kids today, so we want to try and change that.
I mean, that bike, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So it was made perfectly for you.
Made to measure for me many years ago, 30 odd years ago. Yeah.
Brilliant. And I mean, sounds like you've conquered quite a lot of stuff on it, and it's seen quite a few different countries as well.
Yeah, early days of cycling, when I was in my 20s, had a lot of money, kids and all the rest of it. It was everything. It was my touring bike, it was my time trial bike, it was my commuting bike, everything. Used it for 20 odd years, 25 years, and then the frame broke and it stuck in the shed for 6 or 7 years. Put a note on the club website saying, does anybody want it for free? Everybody just sent messages back saying, don't get rid of it, bike's made to measure for you, get it done up. And I'm like, well, I don't have the skills or anything. And one of the guys in the club actually offered to do it for me.
Amazing.
Did it all, got it resprayed in club colours, so it's got all the stripes and everything. And
you've even got the head badge as well.
Even got the badge on it.
It's all about those details, isn't it?
And I just absolutely love it. It's so comfy to ride, doing long distances on it. Back doing time trials on it, did the fastest time I've done in 30 years the other week in a time trial, and it's just, love it to bits.
Awesome. That's brilliant. That's absolutely
Steel
brilliant.
is real.
That's it. And I guess steel as well can be repaired nice and easy.
Yeah,
as well.
and the guy was a genius. It was designed for a 7 gear on the back.
Yeah.
So he gently expanded it. It's a guy that used to work at Rally, used to make the rally bikes here in Ilkeston. That's one of the things that the town was famous for.
Yeah.
He kind of gently opened it out, so it now takes 11 speed, 105, and it's just...
You couldn't do that with carbon, could you?
You couldn't. No, you couldn't. No.
Nice one. That's absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
And then as soon as the club was set up and I saw the social aspect, the racing, I thought I'll get myself a bike, give that a go. And it was just brilliant, and everything just took off from there. Depending on how my treatment goes, I definitely want to get back racing. I want to try the cyclocross season this year because I won it last year.
Wow.
So I was quite happy with that.
Yeah.
A few of the kids are a lot younger, so I get to almost coach them and help them, and I really like that part of it. And it's great to see them all growing up because we've got kids as young as 3 and 4 riding. So it's really great to see everybody coming through practice.
That's really cool. And it's really cool how you've got such a mix of people here as well. And it's nice that you can all kind of go out together on a beautiful sunny afternoon like this.
Weirdly enough, thanks to Zwift racing over lockdown, it's actually starting to come to fruition because lots of women now want to race because they tasted competition doing Swift racing, and now they just want to know more.
That's awesome. That's brilliant. So have you seen quite a few women come on board into the team in the past year or so?
Yeah, we've actually had quite a few new female members joining. We take part in the Swift Team Time Trial every Thursday night, and we've had women coming into that, often very new to competitive cycling, actually very new to cycling, but they've bought a turbo so they can exercise during lockdown, and they've started to realise the joy of team riding and racing, and now they're saying, how can we develop this? So it's great. It's a long-term goal to get more women into racing, and obviously not everyone wants to race, and that's absolutely fine. But the ones who do, we really, really want to encourage them.
That's brilliant. That's absolutely fantastic. So you lead this gravel ride, don't you?
That's right. Yeah, Monday night gravel ride. It's dead social, nice steady ride. Lots of people have been out on Sunday smashing it up, big mileage. So out tonight, no traffic, nice and steady. Nice chat with everybody. Perfect. You know, on the trails, it's quite quiet and that, so brilliant. Just what you want on a sunny, sunny summer's evening, and on a wet winter's evening as well.
And you still get the turnout in winter?
In the winter, yeah. Originally, the ride started as a winter thing because our club obviously encourage a lot of people to ride who aren't what you'd call sort of dedicated cyclists and more social cyclists. So we did it through the winter because when it's dark on a night, you're not on the road, you're on the trails, so it's great to ride without the pressure of the traffic and everything. These guys who come on this ride who don't own a road bike, so that's this is their club ride, or we do one on a Wednesday as well, which is a little bit quicker. So as the season goes on, that becomes kind of like a training ride for the CX riders. So that becomes a bit more competitive. So, but it's then there's a progression through the club. You know, people come on this, they like this, and they think, oh, quite like the competitive side of off-roading. So they can jump on the Wednesday ride and then jump onto the weekend CX races. We're doing a 30k ride tonight. Lovely. That will be 90% off-road. Lovely. Tonight. Just a couple of road sections just to link up the bridle ways.
Perfect.
A few hills chucked in just to keep everybody honest.
And tell us about your bike. I can't help but notice you're on a Vitus with some beautiful prime wheels.
Yes, I am. This is the Falcon. It's the fastest sunk of junk in the galaxy. Holds quite a few KOMs around here. Nice. Yeah, I must have had this about 5 years now, and it's been absolutely spot on.
Brilliant. Love to see it. Love to see it. Paul, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
No worries at all. Thanks for coming down and riding with the club.
Can you tell us about the health ride and what that's all about?
The Ilkeston Cycle for Health ride is a joint initiative between Erewash Borough Council, the local authority, and Ilkeston Cycle Club. It's basically aimed at people who are new to cycling or haven't cycled for a long time and need to improve the fitness through cycling. We've got links into all the GP surgeries in the area, social prescribing and all things such as that, and we can get some referrals from them for people who need to increase their activity for health reasons, so they come to us. People who just want to return to cycling and do so in a safe off-road environment, it's an ideal first step towards that. We have 3 levels of ride: a beginner for people who need to push the bike a little bit on the hills when they first start up, and then hopefully when their fitness starts to improve, they move on to another ride which is the same route, but we just try to do that in one go without any stops, and then the next stage after that, hopefully if they progress, is a little bit further and a bit faster, and then from there on to Ilkeston Cycle Club. That's the plan.
And do you see quite a lot of people progressing through those different stages and becoming really comfortable, confident cyclists?
We do, yeah. I do rise for Ilkeston Cycle Club on a Sunday morning, and it's really good to see people who started in the beginners group on the health ride who are now doing quite long road rides.
Brilliant.
In fact, we had a couple yesterday did the first 50 miles on the road, so that was good. And they've come from our beginners group to now doing 50-mile road rides. So that's
really brilliant. I mean, you can really see it working there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're such a nice group of people. Very, very welcoming. You just knew straight away that they were just a really nice group. Richard, who sorts the ride out, he's just such a sweetheart, and he really genuinely cares, and it's very obvious that he just wants it to be as inclusive as possible. And like I say, everybody's really friendly. No question's a stupid question. And that's the reason it's so successful. That's why the numbers have gone up and up. I tell as many people as I can. Obviously, they encouraged me to join Ilkeston Cycling Club, which I've done, and obviously, consequently, I ride faster, and obviously, I'm a sort of active member of Ilkeston Cycling Club now. So yeah, I couldn't. Definitely as a platform for Ilkeston Cycling Club, it's brilliant. But as a standalone social ride for the people that do it regularly, like I say, it's just a fantastic social occasion, which of course inevitably just gets people out cycling, which is just fantastic. They were just like, I think you'll be okay here, and I just went along with, the ride. Really, I think the idea is that it's just going to be just a nice social catch up. No smashing segments. I don't think tonight. Just gonna go for a bit of a nice saunter around.
That's awesome. Heather, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. So I've had a brilliant evening here. 37 miles of the beautiful Derbyshire Hills. Roads were spot on. Club was absolutely brilliant. I'm really not surprised why they won Club of the Year. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.